Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. We're going to give you all a moment to join us, and I'm going to go ahead and share while we wait. I'm beyond excited about our guest today. I have so many questions for her. I can't wait to introduce you.
I'm trying to get on there also. Like I wanted to put it on my phone while we're. I guess I can do that.
Yeah, I think you can go ahead and go onto the Jocelyn Drake show and share it.
Um. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Cool. Awesome.
Hey.
Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. I'm going to let my guests introduce you all. I know the naturals are excited about this show on today. If you're like me, you are ready. And if you have any questions, just drop them in the comment section. And we're going to be looking in the comment section to answer any questions that you may have. For those who are natural, I think this thing kind of caught fire maybe about 10, 11, 12 years ago. And we
Mm-hmm.
started on this natural journey with no information.
None
We
whatsoever.
didn't know what type hair we had. We were getting frustrated. We wanted to go back to the crack. All of that kind of stuff was happening to us. And little by little, we started seeing people emerge who had the information and the knowledge to help us on this journey because we wanted to take better care of our hair and we wanted to love on our hair. We wanted to love on her, as Tabitha Brown called Donna. I call mine Glory. We wanted to love on the natural state of our hair, in spite of what people were telling us that we couldn't wear it, that wasn't cute, that it wasn't this, that, and the other. We defied what they said. God made it that way, so it had to be beautiful. And so we began to embrace that. But still, today we have some questions about our hair. We need a little bit more knowledge to take better care of it. And my guest is here today with us to answer some of these questions. And I am beyond excited. Can you please introduce yourself to us and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so my name is Shan D. Berry, and I'm here in North Carolina. I have been a licensed cosmetologist since the age of 19 or 18. I can't remember. But anyway, I've been a licensed cosmetologist over 25 years.
Awesome.
And I'm a cancer survivor. Many of you might not know that. I got my scars to show.
Hmm.
2011 through 2013, I went through that. I'm a wife. I'm a mother of two. I have a daughter and a son. Um, the owner, like I said, and creator and formulator of Pure Bella Naturals. I had a salon for over 20 years, and April 30th of last year, I decided to close and dive deep into my product line. So I'm a herb lover. I'm a not a red bottom chick. I shop at thrift stores that have name brand clothes. So I just love everything natural. I shop at Whole Foods. I try to eat right, plant based diet. I'm not a vegetarian, but I do try to make sure everything on my plate over 80% is plant based. So I try to live according to what you know. Because my thing, I tell everybody, hair just being natural is not enough for your hair.
Hmm.
If you're going to go natural, you got to do everything that comes along with it. So
Oh wow, that's powerful. That's
yeah.
powerful. You can't just be natural. You got to do everything, encompass your entire lifestyle, bringing
Mm-hmm.
as much natural products into your lifestyle as possible. That's very powerful, and you have a very powerful story. Congratulations on beating cancer.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome.
Thank
So
you.
I was reading that it's actually out of that you begin to dive in to see how to better take care of yourself, and so Probella was born out of that. Can you tell us a little bit about your products?
So the product line was born out of me going through cancer. Backing up a little bit, I always grew up. My grandmother taught me herbs when I was 9 years old. She would have me in the fields picking different herbs and teaching me what tree barks were for wood. Back in the day, she would brush her teeth with this certain tree bark, and it helped. It did something for her teeth. So I grew up with herbs. I grew up shopping at Wellsprings, it was called at the time, but Whole Foods. My mother was deep into, eating right and things like that. So when I got diagnosed with cancer, everybody was shocked. They're like, girl, you're the healthiest person we know. Like, what is going on? But I did have my bouts to where I just tore Bojangles and Kentucky Fried Chicken up, and I wasn't living completely like I should back in the day. So once I got diagnosed with cancer, I decided to go back to my roots. I'm like, I know, God made things on earth to heal us, and I need to eat right and put those things in my body. So I became a vegetarian. I started juicing. I went to the salon and got rid of all of my chemicals. I gave them to my partner. I threw them away. I let my clients know that still wanted relaxers that I was not able to do your hair anymore. I apologized. I referred them out, and then I just re-embarked on the natural journey, which 2011, everybody wasn't doing natural. They were still, I made my money over 20 years slapping that creamy crack in and doing, finger waves and ponytails and weaves and extensions, which nothing's wrong with those things. But, we got to take a little better care of our hair. So I started going to Whole Foods and getting different shampoos and conditioners. And I've always been the type to like to cut out the middleman. If I can do something, I'm going to do it. So I was like, I know how to do all this stuff, because my brother and I were mixing up things since we were little when my grandmother was teaching us herbs. So I decided to really study it and a lady in California that has a skincare line kind of took me under her wings. And so I'm a bookworm. I love to read. I'm like, my daughters, they call me the cool little nerd. Like I hang out, but at any media time, you will catch me in a book. I'm reading, I'm researching something. So I'm a research geek. I'm a book nerd. So I would really sit down. The times I was going through chemo and I was home, I would really do a lot of research. I did a lot of trial and error. I started making things, letting my clients use them. Their hair was growing. Their whole texture started changing. And so about 3 years into that, my clients were telling me the entire time, you need to sell this. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to sell this. I'm just going to use this for y'all. So, but since 2011 and on forward now, really probably 2 years ago, I decided to get really serious with it. So with Pure Bella Naturals, I've developed everything that I would need in a salon. And the products are salon grade products. So the shampoo, the conditioner, we always use a leave-in. I have a deep conditioner, but that was something that I just used for my clients. I didn't release that yet. But Mousse, I have a blowout cream, a straightener. That's part of the Pure Bella line that's going to release during the wintertime. And treatments for the scalp, which is called Sprouts and Rejuvenate. And we have a new moisturizer that's coming out hopefully within the next couple of weeks.
Wow, I'm gonna let you like kind of go down your product line and give us a little more detail about each one. And also I want to ask. I went to your website on last night and I saw everything was sold out. Is that accurate?
It's very accurate because, of course, you guys probably know Tabitha Brown. She loves the mousse. We talk all the time, and when she endorses or says anything, we sell out in like 2 or 3 minutes. So I'm like, Tabitha. So sometimes I have to sneak and open the site so my regulars can get their stuff, but we're reopening Monday at 9.
Okay, guys. Okay, y'all need to be up and at it once she tells you what these products does. And anybody know Tabitha Brown? I think I've even seen her do a demonstration of your products. And she's also been to your salon. You've actually done her hair. You've actually done Donna before, right?
Yes. Yes. I didn't know at the time. I didn't know nobody touched Donna, because when she said it, I was like, girl, who is Donna? She said, Donna is my hair and nobody touches her. Because a lot of people may not know, but Tabitha did hair also. She did natural hair for years. She didn't take clients in the salon, but she did it, at home and for different people. So she knows about hair. She knows her hair. So when I was able to touch Donna, I was like, oh, wow, I feel, what is the word? I can't think of the word, but anyway, I have an essential oil just diffused all in my face. If y'all see me frowning, I'm sorry. But yes, I was able to do Donna and meet Tab. We spent the whole evening together. So yeah, she's a wonderful, wonderful person. Donna is gorgeous.
Oh, Donna is gorgeous. So, ladies, we have Donna potential as well, as I mentioned earlier. And I call mine Glory. So I know that she has that potential as well. We just need the education to get her to that state. So can you go down your product line? Give us a little bit more information on what it does, or if it's a certain type of hair. I think your products are for all types of hair, but if you can kind of go through and help us understand what these products do. So when we run to that site on Monday, We know what to get. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so I'll start out. I always told my clients hair growth, any type of growth or moisture or anything to do with your texture always starts at the shampoo bowl. So to me, a lot of people they kind of think they can use any kind of shampoo conditioner as long as they're using the correct styling product, and that's not true. You get your main amount of moisture from your shampoo conditioner. So my shampoo and conditioner is Rosemary Mint is a shampoo. Rosemary Sage is a conditioner, but Rosemary Mint, I've included some ingredients in there that help stimulate hair growth. And just a few plugs. I'll just add a few plugs in here as I talk so the naturals can know. Our hair grows. God made our hair to grow 1/2 inch a month regardless. So your growth always depends on your DNA. So I'm never going to tell you my product makes your hair grow because God makes your hair grow. So it grows 1/2 inch a month. And then we're supposed to, if we do everything we're supposed to do, our hair is supposed to grow 6 inches a year, the length of a cutting comb. Wow. So what my products do by being that our hair has different growth stages, our hair is either growing, it's standing still, or it's shedding. So what the ingredients and the products do, they either speed up that shedding stage to kind of get you out of it and put you in the growth stage and helps you stay in that growth stage a little longer. So I've added like rhodiola, bamboo extract, bamboo hydroxylate. We have rice protein, and the ingredients, the surfactant ingredients are different than the sulfates. So we get on this thing because I used to ask everybody, what is a sulfate and why are you not using it? Just so you can let me know that you know why you're doing it. Because a lot of times we're like, I use sulfate free. But we don't know why we're using sulfate free. So sulfates are basically salts. And the manufacturers, big box manufacturers, use salts to thicken the product because it's cheaper. And so once we're putting salt in our hair, a lot of times it dries it out. So that's why we want to use sulfate-free products. So my products are sulfate-free, paraben-free, phthalate-free, all of those. So the first thing you definitely want to do is start with a good conditioner. And all of the products are synergistically blended, meaning that some of the same ingredients are in each product. So once you use one product after the other, your hair gets used to that and it works even better. So then it goes to the Rosemary Sage conditioner, which of course, rosemary and sage, those are antibacterial, antifungal. They do stimulate the blood circulation of the scalp to help it grow. And the conditioner has some good conditioning properties, some good conditioning oils like sunflower, safflower, avocado, not coconut. If I had stock in coconut, I'd be rich. When natural first started, everybody ran to coconut oil, but right. I encourage everybody to go to your local, not really grocery store, but if you can find a health food mart and go to the cooking oil aisle, don't go to the beauty aisle, and you have your oils there, your sunflowers, your safflowers, your avocados, your grapeseed, your sweet almond, pumpkin seed. All these different oils really do help our hair. They actually penetrate our hair shaft. So after the Rosemary Sage conditioner, we have Cocoa Fresh, which is one of our number one sellers. It's the leave-in conditioner. It contains coconut milk. Also, it has some really good oils that I put in there. A little rice milk is also in there. Things that are really condition the hair and that's meant to sit there for that day. And Cocoa Fresh is one that you can use daily just to refreshen your curls. I use it every morning before I apply my mousse. And it can be used on wet or dry. Some people use it just for their kids, just to kind of detangle. It's a very good detangler. It has marshmallow and a few different extracts in there that's going to give you that slip. And then the next step, if you're going to wear a wash and go or a blowout, or you just want to kind of braid your hair up or do a twist out or a bantu, is the Hello Curls Mousse, which is what Tab uses on Donna. And the Hello Curls Mousse contains a plethora of ingredients that I really wanted to be able to penetrate the hair and to help stimulate growth. So my entire product line is really meant to help stimulate the growth and feed the scalp. The roots, I always say, like a plant has to be watered. The roots have to be watered in order for it to flourish and grow. And it's the same thing with our hair, our body. But the Hello Curls is not just the mousse that's filled with something that's just going to curl your hair. It's also going to penetrate your hair shaft. The different extracts that we have in there, and it's going to coat that cuticle layer and make it shiny and um, stimulate those follicles to grow even more. And then after that, the moisturizer that's coming out, I don't want to talk too much about that until I really get it on the market, but that's going to be a good one too. And we have 2 products that I created for my clients with locks, braids, because I used to wear locks. Extensions. I really created this product for my clients that had extensions because they would go for weeks, sometimes maybe a month or 2, and not really get in there and shampoo their hair. So I'm like, you need something you can use daily to go in between your braids, your whatever you have in your hair, and just cleanse your scalp. And some of the main ingredients in that are like cucumber extract. I have caffeine extract in there. Of course, aloe, a little witch hazel in there to kind of really get in and clean that scalp, amongst a lot of really good essential oils and a few other moisturizing ingredients.
What is that product called for the extension?
It's called Sprouts.
Sprouts, okay.
That product is called Sprouts. I'm sorry, that's Sprouts. And that's used to cleanse the scalp, to help with itching, and also to stimulate the growth during the time that you're wearing any extensions. A lot of my clients, Caucasian clients, actually use it on their kids after they get out the pool. They really, really loved it. I'm not sure exactly what it does, but they said it really refreshes the hair until they can get home and get it shampooed. And then the next product is Rejuvenate. And I made that as an oil to keep the scalp nourished. It softens the hair once it hits the hair, but with that product, I really like to concentrate on the scalp because of the different synergistic blends of essential oils that I have in there to once again help stimulate your growth and also keep the scalp clean. It's a lot of antifungals and antibacterial essential oils in that, and that's Rejuvenate. I missed. That myriad. Okay. Two other products. The Honey Lemon Co-Wash. I forgot about that one. That's to be used. I tell all my Bellas, if you really want to keep your hair refreshed, to shampoo your hair at least every 7 days. Don't go past between 7 to 10 if you have to go that long, but at least once a week. And then you want to go in with a cold cleanser. Being a cosmetologist, I was completely against, like, what is a co-wash? That's not going to cleanse your hair. Y'all need to shampoo your hair. But I realized so many naturals just love co-wash. So I think of it as a co-cleanse. I created it to have conditioning properties and also cleansing properties in there. So I'm combine those ingredients to use the 3rd or 4th day. Or if you're not using products that are heavily with a lot of heavy butters and oils and just the first ingredients is shea butter, you can co-wash 1 week, shampoo the next. But if you're using, if you got a lot of buildup, you really got to get that off your hair. So the co-wash, of course, the name Honey Lemon, those are 2 of the main ingredients. And it's designed a mixture. Whatever I said about the conditioner and the shampoo, you just marry those together. But I've added Rasul and bentonite clay to kind of really get in there and give the scalp or give those hair follicles a good bath when you use that. And my last product is Go Curl. It's a cream. I love it. I use Go Curl probably once a week. Some people use it every day. They live by it. I'm sorry. Let me unplug this essential oil sprayer because that's going to interrupt me. Okay. Some people live by it. When I wear my hair longer and blonde, I live by it because I want my hair to have a little cream on it and mousse. So those 2, you can combine. I tell people sometimes use a nickel size of the Go Curl because once again, my products are concentrated, and emulsify that in your hair and then go in with the Hello Curls mousse and you got curls. Only thing when you combine those 2, you may not have as much definition, but it'll increase moisture.
Awesome. You really spoke some good things about your product. One is the fact that it penetrates the hair shaft. A lot of the products that I noticed that we use, and I've basically gone down probably every product line that's out there. Sometimes it doesn't penetrate, and you can tell it just kind of sits there on the hair. So that was awesome to hear that it penetrates the hair shaft. And when you talked about the blowout. I know I watched a video where and she just reminded me a lot of me and probably millions of of naturals who do not want to go into the salon because we don't trust the fact that the stylists know how to take care of our hair. I can remember they say, "Oh yeah, I know how to do your hair," and then you go in, they put about 15 million different types of heat on your hair, and when you get home, it starts falling out and all
Right.
that stuff. So we decided we're just gonna do it at home and teach each other. But sometimes we need to go to a salon, and you were showing her how to. You had products that would uh, blow our hair out, and we didn't have to worry about it damaging it. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
So yeah, that product is called Blow, and my friends get on me all the time. They're like, "Girl, this is one of the main products you need to have on the line." But I'm gonna take my time and work on it. I started out as a cream, then I developed it as a serum, just to kind of play with both. But the ingredients that I have in there, they're designed to straighten the hair without messing up the curl pattern. Now, I always tell clients, because I had a lot of clients that were not my clients, but they purchased the product and they got their stylist to use it. So I would teach them it's you only have to pass the flat iron once. The blowout process is the main process. That's where you should get the hair completely straight. And that's where the cream came into play. And then when the heat hit it with the iron, it activated all of the ingredients that's in it, and your hair stayed straight at least 2 weeks. So it's a really really good product. And once I put it back into production, um, all my bellas are really going to enjoy it. But I do say uh, once every 3 weeks, that's when you should blow your hair out. A lot of straight naturals, they do it once a week, once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks to keep it healthy. So when your hair starts, the straightness starts leaving, then that's when you want to throw some cream on there and do a twist out, or you can make it last still with a little straightness, but you don't want to keep putting it flat out. And another thing for straight naturals, what damages the hair is putting heat on soiled hair. So if you go home and you got caught out in the rain, and I tell everybody just go back in and blow it out because the product is still in there. So they would re-blow it out. But if you gonna put a flat iron in soiled hair, that's when you get damaged. So you don't want to do that.
Oh, that was good. So you heard her, ladies. Like, if you're gonna be, because a lot of ladies don't want to go natural because they like the straight look.
Mm-hmm.
But the straight look, as we know, if you use too much heat, will damage your hair. But what you're telling us is, you use the right products, and you can do it like once every 3 weeks, as opposed to, every week, and then don't do it on soiled hair. So that's where the damage actually comes in at.
Right. Right.
Awesome. See, hey, we getting educated. You may be seeing me a little more straighter than than normal. Instead of me putting those extensions in, and basically I use extensions, my protective styles, because my schedule is extremely busy, and I don't have 30, 40 minutes every morning to try to get Glory to act right. Sometimes I just don't know what she's gonna do when I wake up in the morning. She just has a mind of her own. And I
That's what happens.
and so I have to say, listen, Gloria, I'm gonna have to put you up, girl. I got to put some extensions in, this little style right here or something, because you just don't want to act right on some days, and I cannot afford to be looking like this.
And to all my clients, because I still call y'all my clients, my bellas, wearing extensions is not harmful to the hair. It's just when ones want to keep it in 3-4 months, or don't take care of your own hair when you're having it in. So of course the extensions are great. Just take care of it in between time.
Awesome. So even the fact that you have the product, I think it was Sprouts. Is that right? The product
Mm-hmm.
that you can use while you have your extensions in and keep your scalp clean and things like that. That's awesome. So,
Yes.
ladies,
Yes.
if you go to Probella today, I put the link in the description box. She sold out thanks to Tabitha Brown. All the products are gone, but she's gonna have open up again on Monday. So you want to make sure you're up and you're at the site to get your products before all these other ladies reach it. These sound like some phenomenal products. If you know Tabitha Brown, you've seen her hair. She's using these products. You can go on her site and see her demonstrate these products on her own hair. She's also allowed LaShonda to do her hair as well. So there are definitely some good products, because Donna is beautiful, as we have all seen and we all know. Now,
Yes.
I watched another video where you were explaining to someone, because a lot of naturals have this problem as well. When we go outside, okay, we shampoo, we got our curls on lock, we think we're looking good and all that. We go outside, and for some reason, it seems like the products evaporate and our hair goes back to this state. And you were saying that we need to at least have our hair under, I guess, hooded dryer for at least 80% of it dry before
Hmm.
we actually go outside to get the moisture. Can you explain to us that process?
Yes. So when if you're doing a wash and go or anything, I tell everybody, I use the analogy. If you go to the salon and you get a rod set or a roller set, imagine if she set you under the dryer for 10 minutes and then took
Mm-hmm.
your rollers out. You're going to have a bit of a curl, but by the time you get ready to leave and you hit outside, we all know how your hair going to look, a
Mm-hmm.
hot mess.
Mm-hmm.
So in products, in very really good products, you have what's called humectants, and then which draw the moisture from the air. So if you live in an area that is humid, or even if it's dry, you're going out in the air, and a lot of times, what a lot of people don't think about, we spend a lot of time inside now. So our hair may look great a lot of the times, but when we go outside, it's going to draw that moisture. So when you're doing a wash and go or anything, you want to make sure that those curls are set, just like a rod set is set. So you will sit under a dryer. Tell all naturals, every natural should have a hooded dryer. They're at Walmart, $29, $30. Um, Invest in a hooded dryer because you want your curls to set for the day. Because when you go outside, if your hair is still wet or you're just letting it air dry. Now, granted, some people can get away with the air dry and it's fine. Like some days I let mine air. Well, no, I diffused mine today. But it just depends on their texture. But at least 80% of us, we really need to sit under a dryer and let those curls set until they're 80 to 85% dry, and still don't touch them. Let them dry all the way, and then you want to go ahead and apply your oil, because that's going to give you that style that you're looking for. Because once you hit outside and it's wet, the humectants, if it has any glycerin in it or any of those products, they're going to draw all that moisture to your hair, and it's going to expand your cuticle layer. And that's when our hair starts to look frizzy, or, the curls kind of leave.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. That is helping me a whole lot. I think, okay, so our concern about, so you're saying if we get under the hooded dryer, it's not causing damage to our hair.
No, because you're going to have that dryer set on cool, never
Okay.
high heat, because then it's kind of defeating the purpose. It's going to kind of frizz it out and make the product dry too quick. But I always set the dryer on cool. Warm is okay, but a lot of times cool is fine. Like this morning, I don't know if y'all can see my hair, but this
Pretty.
morning I put the mousse in and I just had a diffuser, not a diffuser, a dryer, handheld dryer, but you want that nozzle. I'm not a diffuser chick. I believe in a nozzle because you hold it close, that nozzle can get that root kind of dry.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you really want. So no, not high heat.
Your curls are gorgeous.
Thank
Gorgeous.
you.
Ladies, if you have any questions for LaShonda, please put them inside of the comment section, and we're gonna get to them and ask her about them. So, some of us are still trying to figure out what our hair type. Can you tell us, how do we figure out if we're 4C, or even if it matters? Can you kind of help us to
Yeah.
understand our hair pattern a little more?
So hair typing, I know a lot of people don't. Some of you may know this. Y'all, you know where it came from. Do you know? Do you have any idea where it came from? How it started?
Mm-mm, no.
So people would be surprised to know hair typing started with Oprah Winfrey, her hairstylist. He
Okay.
created a product line. This is back in the 80s, I think. He created this product line. And he made the number system for his product line. And that's where the hair typing came from. It had nothing to do with, cosmetology school or anything. We never hair typed. So I'm not a hair typer. So I'm old school. I graduated from cosmetology school in 92, 93. So hair is either wiry. I'm going to start from the bottom. I'm going to start from the top and go down. So hair is either wiry, it's either kinky, it's coily, curly, tightly curly, wavy, or straight. So that's how I categorize the numbers. And if people want to do 4, then that wiry is something that basically have zero curl pattern, and it just kind of just frizzes and sticks up. Okay. And a lot of that may be either DNA or the way we take care of our hair. Okay. Kinky coily is when you get to the 4s. But there's so many. Like, if you really want a hair texture, it should go to 13 to 20. Different. It should be so different. So it's simply the coil, the texture is simply based on the amount of space you have in between each curl. Okay. So if you think about wavy hair, it has no space. It's flat. Mm-hmm. When you get the curly hair, it has space, about that much space in between each hair. When you get to coily hair, that's when it starts coiling and the space gets either, tighter and tighter. Kinky, you don't really have any space at all. A lot of times you have the Z look in that. Mm-hmm. And then it goes to the wiry. So I'm not a hair typer, but the curlier the hair is, the drier it's going to appear. That's why a lot of naturals have like, oh, my hair looks so dry. It's because the rays of light penetrate instead of bounce off. Mm. I get scientific with it, but so when you have wavy or curly hair, that light bounces off and it gives a reflection of shine. But the tighter the curl, the light just penetrates and it just still looks dry. And also our sebaceous glands that are in our scalp, everybody has these, and they produce sebum, which is a natural oil our hair produces. And the tighter the curl, the more harder time that sebum, the oil, has to get to the end tip of that hair. Mm-hmm. So you may feel your roots, and your roots feel a little moisturized, or they don't feel as dry. But the hair strand kind of suffers the tighter the curl. That's why we have to do a little more work to get it moisturized.
Yeah, and we definitely do. So tell us, how do we keep her moisturized, knowing if we have the tight curls and knowing that it takes a minute for it to get down the hair shaft? What are some things that we can do to maintain, because a lot of times we don't keep our length, because we're always having to cut our ends because it's not getting that moisture on the end. So can you help us with that?
So I tell everybody with that too, moisture is a journey, not a destination. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to wake up one morning and be like, oh, I finally reached moisturized hair. You have to work on it every day. Mm-hmm. You have to take that journey every day. So, and a lot of times you may not understand it, but the shampoo conditioning, especially the conditioning process, that's where you're going to start with your moisture. And I encourage everyone, deep condition at least once a week. And deep conditioning is not using a conditioner and putting a plastic cap on and letting it sit. You have to actually literally purchase a deep conditioner, because the ingredients are times 3 compared to a regular conditioner, because it's meant to stay on there a little longer. And definitely using moisturizing products. People can do tea rinses. That helps with moisture. Keeping your ends trimmed. That helps with moisture, making your hair not appear as dry. Oil is not a moisturizer. It's more of something that helps coat the hair shaft. I won't even really say a sealant, but it does coat the hair shaft. So a lot of people look for oils and grease to moisturize the hair. Look for products where the first ingredient is a type of deionized water or aloe or something like that. But products that start with shea butter is not going to moisturize your hair.
Oh, that makes sense, and that's really helping us out, because again, we do think that the oils we're putting on our hair is helping us to moisturize our hair, and then we get frustrated when we're still seeing that it appears to be dry. And I love what you said, finding something that has like a water base to it, because if you think about it, you can just spray water in your hair and it really does change everything. Like, it gives it life. So I can see that. So you said tea rinsers. Can you tell us any type of tea rinsers? We can do black tea, just make it up ourselves, or how does that work?
So yeah, you want to brew the tea like you're going to drink it. Make enough so you can sip on it when you use it. But black tea is good. I had a list I always send out to my clients, but I prefer green tea. Green tea is really good. Linden tea. If we have redheads, you use hibiscus tea. Blonde, you use chamomile tea. those two teas actually enhance the color. But what they're going to do is actually go into the scalp and penetrate actually your roots. And those help with dryness. They help with eczema. You can do steam treatments. Steam treatments is another good thing for moisture. I tell a lot of my naturals, invest in a steamer because when you do your deep conditionings, you can use the steamer, and those steamers open up the cuticle layers, and whatever you have on your hair, it'll penetrate to that innermost layer, the cortex and the medulla, and it'll penetrate there. And then when you get out, you do your cool water rinse, lock it in, and go in with your moisturizing products.
Okay, so if we were using Purebella, what would we use with our steamer?
So with the steamer with Purebella, you can use the Rosemary Sage conditioner. And if you wanted to go in with a little deeper, I would suggest maybe adding a mixture of a green tea rinse and add your little safflower oil, which has the oleic acids in there that help with moisture, and just sit under the dryer and I'm at the steamer and just let those penetrate. But if you just had Purebella Naturals, the Rosemary Sage conditioner, sometimes I'll put my Cocoa Fresh and Hello Curls on, and I'll stick my head under the steamer really quick to get that to penetrate, and then I'll just blow it with my nozzle dryer, and I'm locking it in there. So there's so many different things you can do with the steamer, as long as you know that steam, what that process is for, is to open up the cuticle layers and help those products and ingredients penetrate. And then you always want to, do it with something cool to lock it in, close the cuticle layer back.
Okay, awesome. Oh, thank you. I feel like I'm better. I can run this race a little longer.
Yeah.
So your products, we talked about all the different hair types, coily and wavy and so on and so forth. So we can use any of your products and they would work on regardless of what our hair type is?
So yeah, they're designed to work on all textures, but I always tell clients, if your hair is highly porous or you have low porosity, they may need a cream. So they may need to use the Go Curl. Some will get Hello Curls and they're like, it's working, but I want to see a little more curl definition. But if they have a low porosity hair and the product is just kind of sitting there a little bit, it just will not, they may need to go in with a little something heavier. And that's when I suggest to get the Go Curl, the cream. So I always say, let your hair help you determine what it's going to do. And also, because the way the system is set up now, Google, we want stuff right now. So I tell everybody, we don't have Google hair. If we haven't been taking care of our hair for these past few months and time, and then we get a product, we expect it to be like, oh, well, it's not working. But you may only shampoo your hair once a month, or you may not keep your ends trimmed, or you may not do any treatments. You may not do any deep conditionings. So we want to pamper our hair because these products are used to enhance our hair if we're already taking care of it.
Right.
Awesome. I like to tell everybody.
Awesome. Kenya says, Kenya McGee, she wants to know, are the products available now? Kenya, tell her again for us.
So Monday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time, the site will reopen. And a lot of people are like, one lady left a message on my Instagram. She's like, you need to go on Shark Tank so you can keep your website open, because it's not good that you're always sold out. But like I tell people, for me right now, I could have a manufacturer manufacture my products, but I personally want a manufacturer that's going to keep my ingredients true. Because we all know when someone goes manufacturer, you have to use what they have. And that's, everybody says that, oh, the product changed once they went big box. And that's what happens. So for me right now, the way I have it set up is this is what makes Purebella Naturals. These two hands right here, and I formulate them. But I have a team that does the packaging and labeling, and they do the shipping. So in order for me to keep my sanity, because I'm also a mom, I'm a wife, I have a family. So I have days set up to where we produce, and we release hundreds at the time when we open the site. But they sell out so quick. So we have to put the site back on pause for a week or two for us to replenish and to ship out products, and then we reopen. But sign up for the email list, because on the website, because we do send out emails beforehand to let Bellas know when we're going to open the site.
Awesome, awesome. We just gonna believe with you that a manufacturer will do exactly what you want them to do, so you can do mass production, and you can
Yeah,
keep your product true, and we can start going to Target
definitely.
and get these products out into our heads. Okay, let's see. Jackie Bullock evidently is already using Probella. She says, awesome products. I love them and they love my hair. Nice and healthy. Awesome, Jackie.
Jackie, hey Jackie. Jackie is one of our straight naturals.
Okay.
Oh, she's
awesome.
waiting on my blowout. I got you, Jackie. But
Jackie.
yeah, she's a straight natural and her hair is gorgeous.
Oh wow, Jackie, I need you to drop some knowledge because my daughter, she's a straight natural too, and we're trying to figure out some things with her hair to make sure it stays really healthy. So it's good to know that you're using Probella's products. Listen, guys, you see how wonderful these products are. Tabitha, she's getting all types of accolades. Tabitha, Jackie is on here saying how wonderful the products are to her hair. So I can't wait to get some of these wonderful products. We want Probella in Target and all around, so we can go and get these things on Donna and Glory. We need them. We need them. I saw on your website you do some type of consultation, like if we wanted to get with you. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So yes, when I had a lot more time, I was doing one-on-one consultations. And if you follow me on Instagram, when I jump on live every now and then, I'll invite ones to come on and I'll give you a one-on-one consultation. But we're actually in the process of getting a Zoom class together. So we can do some wash and glow techniques, and we can show you how to do a blowout. So what we're going to ask people to do is come on there with your hair already shampooed, and I'm going to have it to a limited amount, but I'm going to offer it more often so I can do those one-on-ones with each person to see if they're doing their own hair or their daughter's hair correctly. So we can kind of teach. That's the main thing, technique. The products are awesome, but if you got that technique down too, that's the difference maker.
Oh, I am looking forward to that. I am a Bella, so I will be on those Zoom calls so I can figure out what and what not to do to my hair. And again, I like pressing my hair out. I like it straight, but I'm terrified of putting too much heat on it. So whenever I do it, I don't blow it out all the way. I just, a little bit just in order that I may cut my ends and get those situated. But I love the straight look on my hair, but I'm just terrified. So you're giving me some courage and giving me some hope that I can use your products and begin to wear my hair like I want to.
Definitely. Heat is not our enemy. It's just the way it's applied and how often.
Oh, that's good. Heat is not our enemy. We have definitely made heat our enemy. I want you to know that.
Yeah. And I know Queen Latifah, she what's the word? Hot comb. She hot combs her hair, but when her hair is not hot combed, it is so gorgeous and curly. So, it's done right. Long as it's done right and passed through once, and then you go back in and curl it once, and you use the right tools, your hair will be fine.
Yeah, her hair is gorgeous. It really is. Oh, wonderful. That's exciting. So, ladies, we can still come natural and wear the straight look and don't necessarily have to worry about, oh, I love my hair with the creamy crack. There is a solution for that. So the more we learn about our hair, the more we have these options to wear it the way we really, really like it to be. So tell us about, just quickly, how would you tell us to do our wash and go with your products?
Okay, so with Pure Bella Naturals products, I definitely suggest using the shampoo conditioner. Do those steps. If you haven't deep conditioned in a while, go ahead and deep condition. Leave the conditioner on the amount of time, at least 10 minutes that is set for, because once again, that's where your conditioning starts. And I always tell people, let your hair kind of be the judge. So like I said, with my hair, sometimes when it's drier, the products make it pop even more. Sometimes when it's wetter, it makes it pop. So you just got to kind of balance it to see what your hair likes. But you can come out the shower or do it in the shower, squeeze it wet. A lot of people like to do it with the t-shirt, the towel is your preference. And then you will apply, I thought I had some Hello Curls right here with me, but make sure you detangle your hair. You can use the Cocoa Fresh to detangle. Spray a good amount of that on. If you have a cream, use it as the cream, because I don't know if I mentioned I'm making Cocoa Fresh now into a cream. I don't think I mentioned that. But yeah, you just use a quarter size of the Cocoa Fresh if you have the cream version of it. And you will detangle, brush your comb. Always start from the tips of your hair to the root. Never start detangling from here, because that's when you're going to start pulling out follicles if you get caught. So you always detangle from the ends of your hair to your root. Then section it. Don't try to tackle the entire thing, because a wash and go, don't look at it as a chore. It's a process. Like it should be a fun process, because you're thinking about what the ending is going to be. So you want to section it into however you want to wear your hair. If you know you want to have a part here, or if you just want to wear it all back, if you want to wear it down, put it in sections, quads, and start left or right side. But you will actually pump it directly onto your hair. So if you had this section, I would put this section maybe in 2s or 3s, or maybe just 2s with the circumference of my head. And I'll just pump maybe 2 or 3 pumps, and then I'll start shingling. When you shingle, you take the hair, you slide your hand on your root, you make a fist, you keep it a fist all the way out till your hair pops to back to formation. So you go in, you shingle it, you come up, you shingle it, go to the side, shingle it, got your curl look, stop, go to the next area. Do that. You don't want to keep pulling it. Oh, look at my hair. You don't want to do all that. Once it gets in this curl formation, you leave it. That's where we mess up too. We put our hands in it too much. You leave it. You do this section. You leave it. Finish your entire head. Then you just sit under the dryer, and your curls will be in formation. And once it's dry, that's when, if you want to puff it out a little bit, go to your roots, kind of just lift it. You don't want to do it like that, because then you're breaking up the cast. Or if you're doing it with the diffuser, kind of start with the roots. Give yourself some volume. You can hold your head down. Just different tricks that you can do. I don't have a finishing oil yet. I'm thinking about making just a spray shine. But if you need a little more shine, you can go in with a little grapeseed or sunflower oil, a dime size, and just kind of, or just put it. You don't want to go in like that. That's a lot of times we do it ourselves. We just mess up our little curl pattern by putting our hands in it too much. And when you're under the dryer, just let it be the entire day, so your hair can just set and get into, the curls that it should be in.
Yeah, we love touching our hair now.
We do at night. I wake up and my hair is a frizzy hot cornflakes mess, because all night I feel myself. I'm all in my hair. Just, I don't know what I think I'm still at the shop. I don't know.
That's pretty funny. Can you tell us, how do we maintain those wash and goes? I think that's one of the problems we have as well. When we do it, it's beautiful that day. But when we go to bed and wake up the next morning, we're like, what in the world? This is not the hair I went to bed with. So can you help us?
Exactly. So it depends on the length. Once again, I just go to bed, because I know when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to throw some hello curls on there. Just keep it moving. But when you have a little length, some you can pineapple it really loose, pull it up. You still have your head full of curls here. Wake up, just let them drop. Go in, stick your hands in there and shake it, kind of formation, get them in formation. My daughter, her hair is a little more tight of a curl. So she would band it. And banding is just kind of putting it in sections and putting the small band on all the way down. Like you're just kind of wrapping it in all the way down to where it, those ponytails that kind of look like the band. I can't describe it.
Yeah,
and and just put her bonnet on. Some people, your texture, they can just put a bonnet on and go to sleep and wake up. But I encourage everybody to just keep playing with and find what works for you, and then redo your wash and go. Wash and go is meant to last 3-4 days of that. Sometimes we think our wash and go should last for 2 weeks, but I mean, just think when you go out in the elements, you got so much against you. Even stuff as little as emissions from a car can go in and break up, the curl formation, because it's mixing in with the ingredients in our hair and then just the air itself. So 3 to 4 days, we should just jump in the shower, wet our hair. If you don't want to co-wash it, just wet it because the products work really well on a clean slate. So just wet it and then I always call it the rinse and repeat. Just rinse and repeat.
That's good. That helps us too because you're definitely right. Like when we do it, we want it to last 2-3 weeks. And my daughter talks about me really bad because I love it's a hairstyle when you don't have to do anything to it. I love those.
Because a lot of us are coming from relaxers. And that was our thing. Girl, put that pump it up on it. I'll see you in 2-3 weeks. So we used to our hair lasted that long, and then when we're natural, we wasn't like, wait a minute, my hair. So it's just a mindset. I just have to enjoy doing it. That's it.
Yes, well, thank you for helping us with that. So now we won't be so frustrated because I think a lot of us will get frustrated because we're doing it's like, but it doesn't last. So it wasn't intended to last more than 3 or 4 days. So that's going to help us to know wet it and put those little products back on again, and we're set to go once again. So
yeah, I tell people look at it as days. Like every day comes to an end, and that's every day in 24 to 48 hours. So it's like it's a mindset. Like I said, we just gotta enjoy the rinse and repeat process and do with our hair. Let our hair be the guide. Tell us what it really wants.
Awesome. Jackie says, "Wow, Cocoa Fresh cream. This leave-in works wonders when I am curly natural. Don't leave home without it." Okay. Awesome, Jackie.
That's it.
Thank you. We got these testimonies, ladies, so we see that it works. We're not going to hold you too much longer, but I have one more question. I want you to help us understand what is, you spoke about porosity, low porosity and high porosity. Can you kind of help us with that?
Okay, so porosity is simply our hair's ability to absorb moisture. So if our hair is a high porosity, well, starting back with the hair, if you put a piece of hair under a microscope, you're going to see 7 to 12 layers of what's called the cuticle layer. And in normal hair, the cuticle layer kind of lays like this. That's normal porosity, regular porosity. So if those cuticle layers are open like this, that means it's a higher porosity, meaning that you can put a product on and it's going to penetrate, but it's coming right out through the other side. So it's like people are like, oh my God, I put product on my hair and it's been dried out that quick. So that means the cuticle layers are raised. And the things that raise our cuticle layer could be that our hair is over-processed. Anytime we color our hair, it raises those cuticle layers. Anytime we get a relaxer, it raises the cuticle layers. It could be the type of brush we're using, the comb we're using, the pH of the products, the pH of your water at home, the type of scarf you tie your hair with. If you're laying your hair on your pillow and you cause a lot of friction turning your hair at night, those cuticle layers are getting rubbed up against each other and they're opening up. So that's when you have to do, and also DNA. Our parents could have had just high porosity and they spread it to us. The DNA don't stop at the hair. Like I got my mom's little edges. So is DNA with high porosity or low porosity. Low porosity is when those cuticle layers are like closed shut and they're laying on their hair like that. So that's when people say products or water, when you see water just beads up and rolls off, that nothing penetrates. So that's when you need to do a little more treatment. Steam treatments will help. And that's what the apple cider vinegar rinses, they come in because that apple cider vinegar allows those cuticles to raise. And then you want to put in whatever product you want because they're going to go back shut a little bit. So they allow them to raise. And then the cool water rinses and things like that will shut them back. So the high porosity, low porosity is determined with so many things. And that also determines how the products work. So if somebody has very highly porous hair and their hair just won't hold anything in it, then that's when I tell them you need to do a list of different treatments to kind of treat that. Because no matter what, they be like, well, the Hello Curls didn't work. My hair is dry. Well, if it's highly porous, then either you may need to put a few layers on there for it to really kind of get in there and stick, or you may need a series of treatments that's going to correct that hair because the hair sometimes is damaged and no matter what you use, it's not going to work. That's when I suggest people will go to stylists and get what's called Olaplex Treatment. I'm not sure if you heard of Olaplex, but it was made by a group of scientists and some hairstylists got together. Our hair is made up of different disulfide bonds and different bonds here. That's when you get to the chemist part of it. You see little triangles and circles and squares and stuff. But when those disulfide bonds are broken through all of the things that I said could break, cause a high porosity, then it's hard for that hair. Like if somebody's had heat damage, and it could be curly hair, but straight on the end, those disulfide bonds on that straight part has been broken, so that curl pattern had been broken. But there's a treatment called Olaplex that was made that literally, probably after the third treatment, the curl pattern goes back, the porosity kind of gets normalized, different things like that.
Oh, awesome. Olaplex. So we have to go to our cosmetology for that. We can't just go buy it.
Mm-mm. So they have Olaplex on the market, but you can get number 3 and 4. Number 1 and 2 is only sold to professionals. So yeah.
Spell that for us, Olaplex.
It's Olaplex.
Olaplex. Okay, ladies, because I know sometimes we will go and get our hair pressed out, and then we come back and wash it. It doesn't revert back, and so we're like, oh my God, then we think we got to cut it off. So this is a solution, the
Right.
Olaplex, that we can go
Yeah.
and get that treatment and have those curls to bounce back. That's good news, because I know a lot of people have chopped and chopped continuously because of the straight ends that we have. So thank you so much for that information. Ladies, do you have any more questions? I'm gonna let LaShonda get back to her day, and I thank all of you for tuning in. I'm gonna watch right quick to see if there are any questions being put in the comment section. If not, we're going to let her go. Do you have anything else you want to share with us before we sign off, LaShonda, about your products and?
Um, let's see. No, that's about it. The site will open Monday morning at 9. The what else? I'm trying to think. Is there anything else?
Make sure you do the
So
list.
one thing is when you shampoo conditioner, a lot of people they're into the LOC and the LCO. Don't use an oil before using Hello Curls, because what you've done is just basically kind of coated and sealed in the water or the leave-in, and then the Hello Curls is just going to kind of dissipate and not really work. So since it's salon grade, just put that in after your leave-in, and you'll get the look that you desire.
Okay, so make sure we don't use oil before we use the Hello Curls. So you don't
Right.
have to be texting and emailing LaShonda that her products does not work.
Exactly.
Do not put the oil before the Hello Curls, ladies.
Right.
Awesome. Okay, Jackie says she enjoyed this. I'm glad, Jackie. It was our desire to make sure that we got educated about our hair. And I'm so grateful for you taking the time out to tell us about it and give us more information. We want to have you back real soon on our show. Ladies, don't forget the website will be open at 9 a.m. You run to it because I don't know if Tabitha has put it out there that it's going to be open, and they beat us to the mark. So be there at 9 a.m. to get your products. Thank you again, LaShonda. You all have a most wonderful, fabulous day. See you on the next Jocelyn Drake Show. Bye, guys.